What is up? It is Andy coming to you on a Thursday for some quick NFL and NHL sniffs because I'm still kind of under the weather. I can't really kick this thing. And if I talk too loudly and I get energetic, I start coughing. There's only so much that my body is letting me speak with only a certain level of vigor. Maybe this is life telling me to just shut up. You're talking too much. You're talking too loud. My own body has now become a gargoyle commenter. Just get to the picks. Just get to the picks. Stop talking or we're making you start coughing. Let me get to some NFL and NHL sniffs for you on a Thursday. On the gridiron, a great, a Jameis game can end up being a fun one. You got the Browns and the Steelers. I don't know who's betting what other than this is probably going to be a rat. The Rats are really starting to show themselves. I would take Cleveland in the points, but as far as my picks go, I looked around, I sniffed around. Bad week for C.Tillman last week, so his number came down a little bit. If Jameis is chucking, give me the over for C.Tillman. And part of the reason why my Nick Chubb plays didn't work last week is because they re-involved Jerome Ford. I should have saw this because they fired a warning shot the previous week in his first week back. They were integrating Ford a lot. And especially if you expect Pittsburgh to be up in this game, you saw in the fourth quarter, Chubb got hardly any usage because when they're down, especially by more than a score, you need Ford. You need Ford to take those little dump-offs, catch a couple of checkdowns, which is why I'm going with the over on Jerome Ford receiving yards. And if you want a quick same-game parlay, 25 receiving for Jerome Ford, 50 receiving for C.Tillman. That's a quick little a sick, coughing, same-game parlay. Now, on the ice, you guys know what the big story is. If you're out there, I know there are people tagging me. There are people searching all corners of Twitter and the internet to figure out why the point options aren't working on Draftkings. Well, I'll talk about this more when I'm healthy. I would imagine they're going to come back shortly. They may be available for this slate by the time all is said and done, but you're going to get those neutered odds because something that I've known that I've tried to share with all the people on the Patreon, when the same game parlays about 2 to 3 weeks ago, they got rid of the player point unders and they added the alt shots on goal. Well, what that did was beautifully remove any sort of correlation, multiplier, neutering factors. So if you used to take Svechnikov and Aho for a point, it used to be minus 135. But because of the new features that they integrated, it removed all those sort of limiters that neutered bets in the past. That's why we were getting those crazy odds, and that's why I told everybody to cash grab. Last year, I weaseled that on Hard Rock, the assist point combo. They got rid of that. Draftkings, as I told you all on the Patreon, it was get as much in while you can. It's going to return. I have no doubt it's going to return, but we're going to return to those neutered prices. We will still find I already have multiple other glitches that I told you guys in the opening episode. And I revealed one quickly to some of the Patreon people yesterday because that's what I'm always doing, and that's what you should always be doing. You should be going to every single sports book, especially if you're a hockey guy, because hockey is the Achilles heel. Why do they have to keep shutting down this feature on Hard Rock and shutting down? Same game parlays have only been available for one season on DraftKings, combining player point props. You remember a couple seasons back, I was whistling Dixie. I was like Grandpa Joe. I was rigid, crusty with money line and under picks. And then they added the point props, and I was like, I can take Braden point with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Cough is staying away. Maybe this video's starting to get the cough away from me. I think those same game parlay features are going to be back on DraftKings, just at way worse prices. So today, since we don't have those prices, we don't have those same game parlays available on DraftKings, I'm just going to have to go dig in for some good prices on their own. I was able to find some. Let's start Colorado. No Alex Ovechkin. First home game after a long road trip, which, as you know, that typically doesn't end up well for the home team. So you have both of those factors. If you want a 9-5 regular guy, oh my God, I saw Colorado. They score a bunch of goals. I saw them win the last game. I have no problem with Colorado minus 135. You're a regular guy who needs to go to the pizzeria. Your pizzeria owner doesn't take anything other than money lines.
What now? Cash only. Look at the sign. You ain't got no cash?
Then okay, Colorado money line is completely fine by me. But I'm looking in there, something that I was on last game, and now I'm on it even more this game, is Jonathan Drouin for a point. He's playing with Nathan MacKinnon, which was the case last game. He's with MacKinnon and Lehkonen on that top line. The only difference, he's now been added to that top lethal Colorado power play. Last game, that was Lehkonen, but now Drouin has retaken his rightful spot on that top power play. Everything will be normal once again when Mittelstadt is replaced with Val Nichushkin. So I'm going with that Drouin point. That is a great price. So great that, in fact, I'm going to have to do the assist for Drouin and the 2 points for Nathan MacKinnon. They lost in a high-scoring game to Washington on their own home ice about a week and a half ago. I'm looking for them to return the favor. But it doesn't mean I'm not looking at something over at Washington, because if you're taking Alex Ovechkin out of that lineup, then somebody's going to have to fill in somewhere. There has to be some sort of opportunity elsewhere. Okay, you got no Ovechkin. Who really killed it while Ovechkin was playing? Who has an absurd amount of assists? I think he assisted on all of Ovechkin's first 12 goals. You know who that is. That's Dylan Strome. Well, Dylan Strome doesn't have Ovechkin anymore on his line. Who's he playing with? Protas and who else? This is a completely different power play and a completely different top line. You can take the under on Dylan Strome. That's without Ovechkin, that's a fantastic bet. Is that good or better or worse? Because if you're taking that, then I wouldn't suggest you take this next one. Jacob Chychrun plus 150. He's taking the spot on power play 1. So he's taking that Ovechkin spot. Now, many people believe any sort of 2 defenseman power plays is not an optimal power play and is probably not going to be successful. So either the Chychrun point at plus 150, working that top power play with Carlson and McMichael and Strome and Tom Wilson in front of the net. So you can take that for plus 150, or if you don't like them to score much because you think this Ovechkin loss is going to trickle down all throughout the lineup, then give me the under for Dylan Strome. Ton of stuff in that game right there. You know, you nail a couple of them and you are good to go. But what else on this? Andy, anything else you can allow me to take to the pizzeria? I don't like that was a minus 135. Give me something else. I don't like to say anything unless it starts with a plus and it ends in parlay.
We ain't got Wi-Fi. I got dough, cheese, and sauce. And chicken cutlets.
The other team that I do like are the Ottawa Senators, who are facing the Vegas Golden Knights, who just got shut out, who are missing a couple of players. Stone's on IR. They're still missing Victor Olofsson. A lot of players not in that lineup. This is not the best version of Vegas right now. This is their second game on the second half of back-to-back nights, and Ottawa has lost some tough games. They have high aspirations. This is a home game. I think they really need to push hard to play well in, and I think they'll find a way to win. I'm going to take the Ottawa Senators at home against the Vegas Golden Knights. 2 pizzeria money lines for you on a Thursday.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Then let's go to Edmonton, where I saw FanDuel list the Oilers Wild game at 5.5. We've arrived at a wild place, pun fully intended, where the Oilers can be listed on any sports book at 5.5. Even if this one manages to stay under, Leon Draisaitl at over 1.5 points for plus 132. He's playing on a line with Connor McDavid now. We're getting the 5-on-5 Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and obviously on the power play. And you really know what I want to do. Take those 2 scam stars. We came through on the scam star last night, although we took his overs. I swear to you, I am just tempted to go double under on Hyman and Nugent Hopkins. You're not playing with McDavid. You don't have that McDavid shield around you anymore. And you're facing a good team in Minnesota, a team who's obviously without Zuccarello trying to win all these games in more of a defensive fashion. You're damn lucky the power play has me scared to take that double under. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in Alberta, and I'm just going to take a plethora of double unders on these damn Calgary Flames. If you've been paying attention to the spreadsheets, R.I.P. Bobby, I know you've retired from the spreadsheets already. It was a quick run. You were like David Arquette as WCW champion. Didn't work out long, but no worries. I'm still in those spreadsheet bunkers. If you've been in those spreadsheet bunkers, you know that Calgary is just waxing you every single night. Every one of these Calgary combos, even though there's correlation, they're absolute trash. They can't score, but they're getting great goaltending. Every single game, they're trying to trickle out 2-1. They just won 2-0 and then 2-1 in a shootout. I'm going, you don't have to do this. I'm going double unders on every combo. Correlated combos. I'm not just hitting unders for no reason. I want the under on Kadri and Kuzmenko. Line 2, power play 2. I want the under on Sharangovich, who hasn't impressed me at all since he's come back, and Coronado. And then I also, on a separate bet, a third bet, I want the under on Blake Coleman, Connor Zary, and Jonathan Huberdeau. I think I'm nailing 2 of these. Pretty much all 3 lines I'm going under. I'm sick of these Calgary Flames. Look, you can find it under 6.5, fine. I'm just going double unders on all these. And I know we had a good laugh when Chandler Stevenson and Schwartz stuck it up my ass, those rat bastards. Sorry for the language late in the video. Let's see if all these lines can stick it up my ass on a Thursday. That's what I have for you. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. I feel like I found some energy as this, there it is, went on. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel here for when I am slightly healthier. I'm still going to film a Dave and a Dan. Maybe I'll have Dave carry more of the show.
Hi, Dan.
And then obviously you can join over on the Patreon where everyone's panicking about the Draftkings point prop combos. I'll be back with you tomorrow to talk some Friday NHL Sniffs. Take it easy. Good luck.